the 5 black officers that killed Tyre Nichols were drunk with power. We're our own worst enemy, even when we're given the ability to police our own. Let's get into some of this straight game.
Yeah. Blackjack. Life is like a game of cards. It's not what you dealt, but how you play it. Yeah. Blackjack. To play each situation correctly. I remember they used to laugh at a brother.
Welcome back, guys. Welcome back. It's your boy DELRAY Richardson, platinum artist, platinum songwriter, Straight Game TV. I thank you for tuning in. I appreciate your time. Do me a favor. Hit that little thumbs up button notification. Also, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already, and tell a friend. And like I always say, if this is your first time watching Straight Game TV and you would like to be one of the first people notified when I drop some of this straight game, please do me a favor and hit what looks like that little bell notification right below this video. I'm going to get right into it. Ladies and gentlemen, the Tyre Nichols situation is beyond belief. It's beyond belief. I have been, since the tape came out, I viewed the tape, and what I could see was, I could see black men who were drunk with power. I seen black men who seen none of themselves in Tyre Nichols. I seen black men who thought they were above the law, that most of the time, if not playing on the other side of the law, is the law that helped disenfranchise their opportunities. We can't blame the white cops on this one. I think NWA put it best. I don't know if you guys, back in the day, when Ice Cube and NWA and Dr. Dre and them, basically when they wrote the song F the Police, right? They addressed basically the situation in which the black cops would show out for the white cops, and it went like this. He said, but don't let it be a black and white cop, because they'll slam you down to the street top. Black police showing out for the white cop. Yeah, they were drunk with power, a part of some scorpion unit or something like that. And like I said, the most important, or should the scariest part was, they pulled Tyre Nichols over for reckless driving. And this is how you know that they've been doing this. They've been beating up people and, terrorizing their own community for a while. If I'm a police officer and I'm, young black guy, he reckless driving or whatever. They put him on the ground, they tased him. Brother Tyre was able to get up and run away, right? And from all understanding of what was going on, he was running to his parents' house. That's what any scared young man would do. He's going home to his mother and his father, And you can only imagine the terror that he felt in regards to him saying that I didn't do anything. Why were they manhandling him like that for what appeared to be a reckless driving situation? But when you delve deeper into that, when Tyre Nichols got away and he was running, right? You already know where he lived at because you got his car. The drivers and license and registration and all of those things. Well, should I say the registration, but not the driver's license. But you have all of that information. And so understanding that tells me that this was just pure hate of one's own. This was black men hating another black man based on narratives and systematic tropes that they've heard and that have been embedded in their head because now they feel like they're on the other side of the law, and they've drunk up that information so much, they became drunk with power. They had their own unit. Basically, they could pretty much do whatever they wanted to do. You seen it. That wasn't the first time that happened. And it was, if you could mirror and just change the color of the officer's skin, it was Rodney King all over again. And I don't know if they knew that the camera was up on top of the lamppost or light post or wherever that camera from the top of the street was located at, right? I don't think that they really paid attention to what that was. I mean, it was mirror on, just like what happened in the Rodney King situation. The only thing now was they were black. And the crazy part is it was over a traffic stop. Once again, Rodney King's situation was, he was going over 100 miles an hour in a Hyundai. This situation was he was reckless driving. And when they first got him out the car and they was trying to get him on the ground, you could hear one of the officers yell, not like an officer would, just like, get on the ground, or whatever. The dude said, and it seemed more personal than it was professional. He said, get your bitch ass on the ground. What? This is a traffic stop. This is nothing personal. So it tells me that it was more personal, or they were more unprofessional, if you will, if not personal, very unprofessional in which the way they dealt with this situation involving Tyre Nichols. And the crazy part is, all of them going to the penitentiary. Hell of a switch. You take them 1 minute and they posing in their pictures with the American flag, and then you take the picture, all of them in their mug shots. They don't even look like they were police officers at one time. They don't even look like they were police officers. They look like a bunch of goons. And like they shouldn't have called it the Scorpion Unit. They should have called it the Goon Squad. Like they have in prisons when prisoners get out of order, whatever, they call the Goon Squad. They come with the shields and all of that, Yeah, but it's sickening, man. It's sickening. We really have some of us, should I say, and I'm going to, paint this with a broad brush, but some of us have a real hate for each other and disdain for each other, especially when you give some of us power and jurisdiction over, other parts of the community. And that could be white, black, or whatever. But they killed that boy. That's the sad part. Sometimes we are our worst enemy, and everybody can't go. So you have 5 black men now charged with murder for killing another black man under the color of law. And they're going to talk about this for a few weeks, right? And then life is going to go on, just like it did with George Floyd. There really has to be a systematic change. We now know from video evidence that it's not just a white police officer problem. We now see that it is a systematic problem based on the fact that these are what you would call, I would say, government agents whose salaries are paid by the taxpayers, who are basically abusing the people who are actually paying their salary. Abusing and terrorizing the people that are paying their salary. I did a video a while back, and I told you about the white officers who killed the young black man in Louisiana, and it took them damn near 5 years to get the dash cam and the little cam video on his death. They basically said that he ran into a tree. and killed himself. When the video came out, it found out they murdered him. But it took 5 years to get that video. 5 years. That's how much they were trying to cover it up. But and you can see the difference. And within the black officers, how long did it take? It ain't take that long. You know they going to the penitentiary. Absolutely. Positively, they will be made an example of. And you know another thing, right? You know, to combat like what was considered the overwhelming Caucasian race being police officers and things like that, you know, it was encouraged that a lot more black officers become police officers and things like that, you know, so that they could possibly, you know, mix in with the white officers, you know, patrol their own community, try to create some kind of community relations. We see that ain't gonna work. It's just, yeah, once again, drunk with power. You know, and they say absolute power corrupts absolutely. And that's what we seen on that video. We seen absolute power corrupt absolutely. And we seen other black men who did not see themselves in Tyre Nichols stand there and watch. They're just as guilty. You don't get a pass because, oh, you didn't hit him, you didn't kick him, but you didn't do nothing about it. You were just as complicit. Oh, yeah. Yeah. The crazy part is I wonder how their mother feels if their mothers are still living, these 5 black officers, and as well as the officers that were on the tape, you know, on the dash cam and the body cam videos. I wonder how their mother feels right now to see another black woman on TV with her husband and Benjamin Crump cry her eyes out based on the fact that their sons killed her son. But it doesn't matter because they were drunk with power. And sometimes when you're drunk with power, you become blinded and you think that you and yourself are in turn above, or you yourself are above the law, if you will. Yeah, they were playing way above the law. They had their own squad. Can you imagine? They were doing whatever they wanted to do. All over a reckless driving incident in which, to begin with, they had Tyre Nichols' information involving his car, involving the tags. If that were the case, if he was driving, all you had to do was tow his car, write him a ticket. He had to come pick his car up. There was no other charges, no felonies, no drinking and driving, no none of that. Man, that man was scared for his life, man. And the cold part about the game is none of them couldn't see it. Especially the other officers that were standing around. They couldn't even see it. Sickening. It's sickening. And so, like I said, once again, these 5 black gentlemen who once masqueraded as police officers are now charged with murder. And best believe, oh, you're going to jail. And if you watch the video real close, they even tried the old he grabbed my gun tactic. He was reaching for my gun because they knew they were on video. Or they knew the body cams was rolling. So now we got to try to conjure up, make up a story in regards to why we did what we did to justify it. That's not going to work. That's not going to work. They would need Johnny Cochran on this one. May my brother rest in peace. But yeah, I don't even think Johnny could help him on this one. You know, like I said, it's sickening. And they're going to have to live with this for the rest of their life. And I commend the police chief, the sister who's the police chief, I commend her for, you know, trying to do the best that she could under that situation. You know, yeah. Got a black police chief. You got a predominantly, I don't know if the force, the department is predominantly black, and we still can't get it right, even in our own community. It's a damn shame. It's a damn shame, man, that we don't have enough respect for each other. Even when we have a job, it's like we look down on each other. Once again, we're our own worst enemy. Your boy DELRAY, straight gang.